this is on Mr. Bruner's diet?
Oh, I showed the menu to Ed first, and he said that there wasn't anything there that could do him any harm.
Good. What?
Oh, my Lord, I forgot the apple cake.
Oh.
Oh, I'll kill myself if it's burned. Oh, no, it's beautiful.
And so are you.
What are you talking about?
Well, Bert, there aren't many people that go through all this trouble for a stranger.
Well, Martin Bruner is no stranger. And it's the least I can do after all that he's done for Rick. What time is it, dear?
Probably a little after 5.
I hope nothing goes wrong.
Bert, nothing's going to go wrong. You have 3 good men working on this case. And with Phil, Rick, and Ed pulling together, that you can be guaranteed that Martin Bruner will be out of that hospital and in our living room in record time.
Well, I know Martin would be very upset if there were any last-minute problem.
Nothing is going to go wrong.
Well, Dr. Carter could change his mind.
No, Ed won't let him.
I doubt very much that Martin Bruner would put up with that either. You know, he's a very special man, Maureen. Very special man.
Oh! Hey!
Hi.
Hi. Well, where you been all afternoon?
Planning a surprise.
What? A surprise?
Oh, yes, but if I told you about it, it wouldn't be a surprise, would it?
Come on, tell me about it. What is it?
All right. One hint. Remember that champagne that Tony bought?
Yeah.
Well, I had him put it on ice.
What for?
To go with the food that your mother's preparing at the boarding house.
A party? We're gonna have a party?
Absolutely. After the past few days, I think we deserve one. And besides, I want to celebrate our engagement.
Oh, thank you. That's wonderful. You're a wonderful man.
Well, thank you, but your mother's doing most of the work.
Yeah, but it was your idea.
Now, listen, it's not going to be anything fancy, just a little dinner party at the boarding house.
Oh, but were you able to get everybody on such short notice?
Unfortunately, Ed and Maureen won't be able to come till later.
Oh.
Well, it seems that Ed's mother has grown fond of a patient over at the hospital, and they want to give a little party for him.
Oh, that's nice.
But they'll be by as soon as their party's over.
Oh, good. Well, our party going on to the wee hours of the morning. So what time does Mom want us to stop by?
I think about 6 o'clock, she said.
What time is it now? What time is it? Oh,
what's wrong?
Well, I don't know what I'm going to wear.
And now, the award-winning Guiding Light. This portion is presented by Zest.
Well, what do you think?
Absolutely lovely.
I wanted to wear something nice because, you know, it's our engagement party and everything, so.
Wonderful choice.
Yeah, really?
Listen, if I hadn't already asked you to marry me, I'd ask you right now.
Oh, that's nice, huh? Well, it's gonna be nice to be with the family, huh?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, they're the only family I've ever had, and, well, I like them a great deal.
Well, I realized that the night of the card party when you took everybody to the cleaners.
Well, sometimes, my dear, the cards fall just right.
You're a real card shark, you know that?
Well, I like a game of chance every once in a while.
You know, it's really amazing because I really thought I was beginning to get to know you, know who you are and everything, and then you surprised me all over again. I wonder if I'm ever going to really know you completely.
Well, I hope not. I'd hate to think of our spending the rest of our lives together and that being totally predictable, you know.
I don't think that's going to happen with us.
No, I think where you're concerned, it never will.
But it might be nice, though, like after we're married, you know, just a little bit, you know, not giving up anything, the archaeology or anything, but just for a little minute, just to settle down, you know, just you and me million?
Stacy makes 3.
Right. For a start.
For a start. Oh, wait a minute. Now, let's take one thing at a time, shall we? I mean, we haven't discussed the wedding yet, and I still have to get you an engagement ring.
What are you talking about?
Well, every bride deserves an engagement ring, and you deserve the best.
But I already have the best.
What, my mother's ring?
Yes, of course. I love it.
Well, I thought you would want something for yourself, you know, something a little more contemporary.
Now tell me, why would a girl who grew up thinking she was Betty Davis want something contemporary?
Are you sure about my mother's ring?
I am very sure I would not want to trade it in for the world.
Absolutely.
Look, it's a part of you, it's a part of your life, and I'm going to be a part of that. But, of course, you know, when our first anniversary, like, rolls around or something, you know, if you wanted to give me a lot of diamonds, I mean, you know, I certainly wouldn't stop you from that.
It will be a date. Now, there's one other purchase that we have to make.
What?
A wedding band.
Oh, right. Something, you know, very simple, since the ring is kind of big. Something,
Right.
you know, just like a band, simple. But we got to get going, really.
Oh, yes. We wouldn't want to be late for your family.
Oh, what about your family? Did you invite them?
Yes, I had to ask Vanessa, too. I hope you don't mind.
Well, of course I don't mind. We're going to just, you know, we'll have to get to like each other, I guess.
Well, give it a try, but don't put yourself out for my sake, all right?
I won't. What time is it?
Let's see. It's 5 to 6.
Oh, God. Come on, we got to get going.
All right,
Because
all
if it's
right.
one thing I learned about growing up at a boarding house, and that if you're late for a meal, you don't get any food.
Gangway.
What's going on? Where's Martin?
He's on his way. He's on his way.
There he is.
He refused to let us wheel him up the walk.
Precisely. When I pay a visit to a lovely lady and her family, I prefer to make my entrance on my own 2 feet.
Oh, but Martin, you should be careful. Come on, we're going to get you to sit down right away. Make yourself comfortable.
Watch the step here.
Close. Here we go.
Professor Bruner, I'm Ed's wife, Maureen.
Oh, sehr angenehm.
Oh.
Dr. Bauer is as fortunate in his wife as he is in his mother.
Oh, flattery will get you everywhere.
Oh.
Come and sit down.
Machen Sie sich bequem, Herr Professor.
Oh, an idiom. Dankeschön, Friedrich.
What did you say?
Your son has invited me to make myself at home.
Hey, Rick is starting to sprechen Sie the Deutsch like a native.
Yeah, like a native from Springfield.
Not so. Your pronunciation is much better.
Thank you very much,
Well, I
Professor.
hope that you'll be comfortable, Professor Bruner.
Oh, Martin, please call me Martin.
Oh, all right.
Oh, I almost forgot. Philip, will you please present the flowers and the wine to Mrs. Bauer?
Oh, Martin, now you shouldn't have done that.
I would like to share a pleasant memory. That is May wine. It was a favorite of my Inge's. Her family used to have a small farm and vineyards at Germersheim in Germany. And every spring when we would pay a visit there, her father would open a bottle and everyone, even the children, had to try some. For me, a family gathering without May wine is unthinkable.
Thank you, Martin.
Oh, it should be chilled first. Yes. Oh, and to serve it properly, I forgot to serve it properly. There should be a strawberry in every glass. I forgot to ask Philip to get some. Oh, well, no matter.
Well, I'll tell you what. Since it should be chilled, I'll go get an ice bucket for it. How's that?
Oh, thank you, dear.
I'll get the glasses.
Come on.
Excuse me.
It smells great in here. It's on the menu.
On the menu?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Sauerbraten with what I hope will be delicious gravy, spätzle, honey glazed carrots, and red cabbage.
Oh, it's impossible.
What? What's the matter? Anything wrong?
Dr. Bauer, your mother is trying to torture me. She expects me to eat a meal like that and then to go back and subsist on that food that your hospital kitchen puts out.
Now, Martin, I want you to stop that. You know as well as I do that all the meals at the hospital are prepared by skilled dietitians.
Oh, Ed.
Dietitians, yes. Cooks, no.
Wait a minute. You trying to tell me that you didn't like that Swiss steak we had yesterday?
I don't know. It bent the knife when I tried to cut it, so I sent it back.
It's a problem I don't think you'll have with my mom's sauerkraut.
Oh, of course not. Nothing is so tender as a dish which is cooked with love.
Well, look what I found in the refrigerator.
Oh, I knew it.
Pretty nice.
Heaven is on our side. As soon as I came through that door, I said to myself, this evening is going to be perfect. And it is absolutely perfect.
Oh, for heaven's sakes, Daddy, I don't know why you had to rush me out of my apartment house like a tornado.
Well, darling, we were invited for 6 o'clock.
Yes, but you don't want to be on time. That's rude.
Well, it wasn't rude when I was growing up. And this is not the country club.
Don't remind me. At work, I might see some of my friends.
But this is a simple family dinner.
Well, this is absurd. That's what it is. Who ever heard of announcing your engagement at a boarding house?
But this is not a boarding house to Bea and Nola. This is their home.
Well, I can't believe that this is happening to me.
Now, please, darling, don't be snobbish about this. And try to be on your best behavior. This means a great deal to Quentin and me.
Oh, Daddy. Now, for heaven's sakes, when have I ever given you any reason to fuss about my manners?
Well, oh, all right. I don't suppose you have.
Hello,
good
Henry.
evening.
Vanessa, I'm glad you could come. It wouldn't be a party without you.
Oh, thank you, Bea, and thank you so much for including me in the festivities.
I'm afraid Nola and Quint aren't here yet. Come on in.
I told you we'd be early.
Put the glasses, Ma. Is that enough? Get one for everybody?
Yeah, I think so. One, two.
Yeah,
Oh,
everybody
Henry,
over
you gonna
here.
have some?
Well, on an occasion like this, well, a little champagne isn't going to do me any harm.
There you go.
Nope, just a little, just a little.
Well, folks, this is the best champagne in captivity, and the first round is on the house.
Oh, Tony, it's a shame you have to be bartender on your night off.
Well,
Oh, he doesn't mind. You were born to be a saloon keeper, weren't you, Tony?
Well, here we are.
Ma, grab one.
I sure will. Thank you.
I'm going to take the honor of making the first toast to my future brother-in-law and his bride, who's going to remain my little sister until the wedding. Afterwards, she'll be his wife. You better take good care of her. You can answer to me.
Oh, Tony, come on.
Oh, he's only kidding.
Oh, I hope you meant it. I'll do my best.
Mud in your eye.
Now, may I have the next one?
Mm-hmm.
To two of my favorite people. To the beautiful, brave young lady who returned my son to me. And to my beloved son.
Here, here.
Hey, it's my turn. It's my turn.
Oh.
Hold on, Ma. We got a lady that's running on empty over here. It's bad luck to toast an engagement on an empty glass. Go ahead, Mom. Stage is yours.
Okay. To Quentin. Welcome to our family.
Oh, thank you. And since I can't drink to myself, I would like to drink to my new family.
Oh.
Thank you.
Well, dear, it's your turn.
What?
Well, don't you want to propose a toast to your brother and to Nola?
Oh, yes, of course. To Nola and Quentin, salute.
Drink up, everybody. There's 6 more bottles in the cooler.
Oh, my goodness.
My, it's warm in here. I suppose it's the heat from the stove.
Oh, well, what are you giving us for dinner, Bea?
Oh, it's lamb stew.
Smells delicious. Can I have a peek?
Yeah, just a peek.
Oh, when are we going to be allowed to eat that?
Oh, not too long, but I have to make sure it simmers long enough for good Irish stew.
Surprisingly good champagne.
Quint, do you know us at the date yet?
Oh, no, but if it's up to me, I'm going to make it real soon.
Well, you know what they say. Married late, married soon, but the happiest bride is married in June.
Who says that, Mom?
I do. I was married in June.
That's right.
I was married June 10th. Oh, I had the most beautiful dress. It was white lace, and my veil was made by your father's grandmother. And I carried a bouquet of violets and lily of the valley.
I bet you were a lovely bride.
Not half as lovely as Nola's going to be.
Oh.
Well, of course, it takes time to make a proper wedding, but then, well, since this isn't your first, perhaps you'll forego some of the trappings.
What are you talking about? I've never been married before.
Excuse me.
Well, by the time we get through planning this one, it's going to be the social event of the season.
Oh, yes, of course. And, darling, tell me, what about your engagement ring? I suppose Quentin's planning something exotic, perhaps the Hope diamond?
I already have my engagement ring. It's the ring that Mr. Chamberlain gave to Quentin's mother.
Well, actually, we haven't made the announcement official yet, but I think it's about time we did. Nola?
Oh, take this off.
Yes. Now, when I first gave you this ring, it was a testimony to my love, friendship, and trust.
Yeah.
But I think we've gone beyond that, Nola. So when I put it on your hand this time, it'll be forever. As a promise of my eternal love and a prayer that will have the happiness that was denied to my parents 1,000-fold.
Thank you. That was beautiful.
That is wonderful, Martin. What is that special taste, though?
Woodruff. It's a beautiful little white flower with sweet scented leaves. The vintners use it to flavor the wine.
Oh. Well, I hate to do this, but you'll have to excuse me for a few minutes because I must go out in the kitchen and make the spätzle.
Oh, I haven't had real homemade spätzle since my Inga passed away.
Well, I can't promise it'll be as good as hers, Martin.
Somehow, I think you won't let me down.
So, Martin, what made you decide to become a teacher?
Oh, it's a very long story and perhaps a not very interesting one.
Well, your family in Germany were industrialists, right?
Yeah. In 1933, my father was the principal stockholder and chairman of the board of one of the 4 largest automobile plants in Munich. And I, of course, was expected to follow in his footsteps.
You never did tell me why you didn't do that.
Because it doesn't translate into English. Somehow the automobile industry could feed my body, but it couldn't feed my soul.
You felt that teaching could?
Yes, for me, teaching could.
And why did you leave Germany?
Oh, for many reasons. For one thing, my father was very unhappy about my choice of profession, but mainly because I was attracted to the principles that I thought existed here in the United States.
Have you been disappointed, Martin?
Oh, no, I've been very happy teaching the language and the literature and the history of my homeland. History, you know, is very important, particularly for what it tells us about the future. Unfortunately, it's true that no one ever pays any attention to the lessons of history. But I have tried to keep them alive in my students. Who knows, perhaps my teaching has had its effect on a few of them. Only a few good men could save the world. Oh, but I am perhaps getting too serious for such an occasion, right, Philip?
I don't know.
Well, at all events, I am now down to one pupil, young Friedrich here, and I must teach him enough German so he can be admitted to medical school.
Yes, and you know my exam is on Monday.
Yes, so we must spend the whole weekend working. Together, we must cram.
Cram.
You know, it's funny. In the end, one's life comes down to a very small list of things. This dinner here tonight was first on my list, and teaching Friedrich enough German so he can pass the exam will be the last. I mean, the next most important thing. Friedrich, you will be a good doctor, like your papa.
We'll continue with part 2 of Guiding Light in a moment.
Yeah, that sounds like fun, Nola. Of course, yeah. Ed and I are still planning on coming over. Yeah. Okay, well then, we'll see you later. Okay, bye-bye. Well, it sounds like the party at the boarding house is a real success. And I think that your dinner was a success, too. And Martin certainly seemed to be enjoying himself.
I hope so.
Oh, Bert, I think that this evening made him very happy.
You know, when he was talking before dinner, he said that getting Rick through this examination and into medical school was the last thing he had to do. And then he caught himself and tried to pretend that wasn't what he meant. I'm gonna miss him so.
I know.
It's not right and it's not fair.
Oh, it never is.
I only met him 5 or 6 weeks ago. He was just another patient in the hospital, you know, a smile, and would you like a magazine?
And now he's your friend.
Yeah. Mein Freund. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
Thanks, honey.
I think we should get back into the living room before everyone suspects that something's wrong.
Okay.
But when eyes are smiling, sure it steals your heart away.
Wasn't so bad. That was not too wonderful, Mr. Chamberlain.
There must be some Irish blood in the Chamberlains, huh?
Well, I don't know about the Chamberlains, but after all, I am Orion.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about
Boy,
that.
am I glad that the boarders decided to eat over at company because they would all move out for sure.
They'll all be jealous. They missed the good old-fashioned sing-along, Ma.
Yeah, let's sing another song.
All right, good idea.
You put the overalls in Mrs. Murphy's child.
That's a stupid song.
You don't know the words.
I don't like it.
Does your
What
mother
about
come
that?
Oh, let everybody, no more singing. Stew is
Oh, my
ready.
goodness. Okay, clear out the table. Help me with the
Wait!
Certainly.
Aren't we going to eat in the dining room?
No, dear. Oops, we're going to eat buffet, so you may eat anywhere. If you are comfortable.
Can I help? Can I help?
No,
Just
thanks,
put
dear.
it over.
It's fine. I cannot make a lamb stew without thinking about the time that Nola decided she was going to help me.
Mother, you're not going to tell that story.
Yes, she is.
I am.
Go ahead, Mom.
What story was that?
It was Christmas time, and we had the nativity set up under the tree. And each shepherd had a little wooden lamb, right? So when Nola heard that we were having lamb stew, the minute my back was turned, she took all the little wooden lambs and dumped them right to the fire.
I was only 3 years old.
Stew tasted like varnish.
Oh, what a waste of a good Irish stew.
You should have seen the look on my dad's face when he took the first bite.
He couldn't believe that she'd done it. She was such a little angel all the time.
Now, listen, Mom, I'm going to cut you off from champagne because the next story you're going to be telling is about my first date.
With Johnny Callahan. I remember that.
Just eat that stew.
Berta, this apricot cake is wonderful. It reminds me of a cake our cook used to make when I was a child in Munich.
Your cook? Your mother didn't cook for you?
In the house where I grew up, a lady made out the menu, but she would never deign to cook a meal. Thank heaven, my Inga was not such a lady.
Oh, would you like another piece of cake, Martin?
Oh, no, thank you. Wonderful as it was, I couldn't possibly.
Well, how about some more coffee?
Or maybe you'd like some brandy, Professor.
No, thank you, Rick. It was very kind of you and Philip to give up a weekend night for an old man like me.
Oh, come on. We've enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Well, perhaps, but I'm sure there is a pair of young ladies somewhere who are very unhappy with me.
Well, unfortunately, I don't have any special girl at the moment, but my buddy here has about, let's see, 2 or 3 dozen girls at a time on a string, I'd say.
Yep, it's true. It's true.
Is it really?
Yep, the Robert Redford of Springfield.
Oh, each.
Oh, a real Casanova, is that right?
Love them and leave them, that's me. But not old Rick here.
Oh, no?
No. No, come on, you know these intellectual types. They're more sensitive with women, you know? As a matter of fact, he's waiting for somebody right now.
No, you don't. We've already discussed this, and this girl has... I'm not going to match my brain to your brawn. I think she's all yours. Come on, you know that.
Rick, could I...
No. Ed, wait. What is this all about?
Well, Uncle
What's
Mike called me, and then he wanted me to show this girl around.
Seems Trish Lewis has this niece.
Her name is Mindy or something.
Right, she's coming to Springfield for a little visit.
Well, you two boys are going to have to show her around.
Oh, that's exactly what he wanted. But see, he seemed a little bit pressed to describe her.
Yeah, says she's got this great personality.
Yeah, and you know when someone says she has a great personality, that it's the kiss of death.
Dog.
Now, beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Right. That's why I'm a little Rick here, beholder.
Yeah, right.
And keeper.
Oh, boys, come on now. That's enough. Now, I happen to have some very special after dinner. Mince, which I will pass around for those who
Let me
would
talk to
like.
you now, okay?
I couldn't possibly eat.
Where are we going to put him?
No?
Look, I need your help. What's wrong? I want you to get Martin's coat, and I want you to help me get him into the wheelchair. We got to get him back to the hospital.
But, Dad, we were just
do
having
what I'm
dessert.
telling you to do, and make it look like nothing's happening, okay? Listen, folks, I'm sorry to have to break up the party here, but it is way past Martin's curfew at this point.
Oh, Doctor, so soon?
Oh, Ed, couldn't he stay just a few minutes
No, I'm
longer?
afraid not. See, I gave my word to Dr. Carter that I would get him back by 9 o'clock, and...
I'm sorry, Martin. Well, let me give you a little help. How about...
Yep.
Thank you, Philip.
Easy.
And I do hope that we'll have a dinner like this again.
Yes, good.
Only next time it's going to be at my house.
I would like that.
I will look forward to it.
Come on. Bedtime. Yep.
Very pleasant evening, Bee.
It's nice having the whole family with you.
Yes, it certainly is. And it makes me think, there's something I want to ask you. Now, this may come as a bolt from the blue, but I wish you'd give it some thought.
Of course, Henry.
Now, she's sitting in there in the kitchen with you cooking and the children all chattering away, singing. It made me realize how much time I spend alone.
Yes?
Well, I'm missing the simple pleasures of life.
Well, the Bible says it is not good that man should live alone.
Well, exactly. I'm tired of living like a bachelor. I think companionship is one of the real pleasures of life. Don't you agree?
Yes, I do.
Well, that decides it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to buy a house here in Springfield.
A house?
And not just any house. I'm going to buy a good, big, comfortable house with plenty of room for Quentin and Nola, and a nursery for Stacy, and private quarters for Vanessa.
You mean all of them under one roof, Henry?
Yep, finally. See, it's my fault. I missed seeing my son when he was growing up, and I want to make up for that. I want us to live together like a family. And I think it'll be very good for Vanessa. She spends too much time alone, too.
Henry, have you discussed this with Quint and Vanessa?
No, I wanted to get your opinion first. But it's a good idea, don't you think?
Well, I'm not sure, Henry. I mean, after all, Quint is a grown man now, and he and Noel are just about to get married.
Yes, I know, and I cannot see them being happy in that gloomy mausoleum on Thornway Road.
Well, he's been happy there for a long time.
Oh, I know, but wait till he sees the house that my real estate agent has found for me. It's light, it's airy, it has beautiful grounds, and plenty of room for everybody. Oh, but please don't say anything to anybody, because I want it to be a surprise.
Oh, Henry, I'm sure it will be.
Daddy, Daddy.
Oh.
Oh, hello.
Oh.
I hope I'm not interrupting anything important.
Well, to be absolutely honest, you are.
Oh?
But don't worry, dear. You'll find out about it soon enough.
Professor, your chariot awaits you.
I walked in here on my own 2 feet. It would be an insult to your hospitality if I rode out.
Come on, Martin, doctor's orders.
Well, it seems preposterous, but it's been such a lovely evening. I don't want to end it with an argument. Do I look as decrepit as I feel?
Listen to this guy. I know you're just doing this to get sympathy from the ladies.
Yes, we will discuss that tomorrow at the hospital, Philip.
Okay.
And Bert, I hope you will be there too.
Well, of course. I'm going to smuggle in the rest of the apple cake.
Good. You know, back in the 70s, the young people used to have a saying, today was the first day of the rest of my life. Well, my friends, today was the first day of the rest of my life, and it was a fine one. I spent the day looking forward to this evening, and I will spend tomorrow looking backward. Remembering.
Let me help you with this.
No, I want you all to go out on the porch. I'll bring out coffee when I'm finished. Just a minute, I will.
Bee, whatever happened to that beautiful cake I saw around here?
Oh, no, I'm going to bring that out when Maureen and Ed get here, okay?
Oh, see you then.
I want to thank you for this dinner. It was just...
Oh.
It was wonderful. It was just wonderful. I was just wondering, though, what happened to Tony?
Oh. I guess he went over to company to check everything over. You know, it's a busy night Fridays.
Since he seemed, down, I was just wondering if you knew something was bothering him.
Well, he's been kind of helping me around the house, honey. I think it sort of got to him.
What do you have him doing?
Well, actually, I've got him cleaning out your father's room.
What?
Well, you know, it's been meaning to do it for a while. Just a lot of junk.
But why now?
We talked about it. It's a perfectly good room. There's no reason why I shouldn't rent it.
Oh. Did you have to get rid of all of his things?
Well, they were mostly just pieces of junk anyway, honey. Oh, Nola, I tried to do it myself so many times. I just couldn't bring myself to.
But do you think now is a good time to do it?
Well, they're almost all gone. He's been up there all day.
Oh. No wonder why he was so quiet.
Well, a lot of awfully personal things up there. It was hard for him.
And you, too.
Yeah. Me, too.
Hi.
Hi.
Mom told me what you had done today, so, I thought you'd be up here. We missed you at the party.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to be a drag. I was just thinking.
No, you weren't. You weren't. You know, this is real weird. I haven't been in this room since I was a little girl.
Yeah, since we had a father.
I was always afraid that, you know, that if I came in here that there were going to be ghosts or something.
There were. Lots of them. Old clothes, Dad's old blue Sunday suit, fishing vest with lures all over the pockets. Boxes full of more ghosts, his razor, his watch, ball of string.
You know, Maureen always used to say that Dad saved string for some reason.
Yeah. It's in there.
Really? What about this card, though? Happy Father's Day, look at this. To the best dad in the whole world?
Yeah. Father's Day when I was 5 years old. I remember making it for him in school. The teacher said it was the best one in the class. You know, it's funny, when I came in here yesterday, it was like all this stuff was waiting for him to come back. You know, like he'd just gone out the door and down the steps to get a pack of cigarettes. Of course, that's not quite what happened. He went out the door, down the steps, and out of our lives forever. He really loved us, huh? Got another old ghost for you. You remember this? He was always taking pictures of you. Yeah. Had half a roll of film in it. He only took half of it.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I think maybe we ought to have that developed.
Well, probably won't come out.
No, well, if you're not going to do it, then I'm going to do it. What?
I think all the Reardons must be crazy. I took the film over to Al's earlier to see if he could have it developed.
You did, huh?
Yeah. Almost hope it doesn't come out. Hey, there's a party downstairs, isn't there?
There sure is.
Let's go have some fun.
Okay.
Come on.
Amanda, I came back because I wanted to say I'm sorry about the press conference.
It's all right, Ross. I was upset this afternoon. I read the interview. It wasn't that bad. I know you did your best.
You're not angry, then?
I'm too tired to be angry with anyone.
Amanda, I'd like to help you find Jennifer.
That's not really your problem, Ross.
Well, then I'll make it my problem. Look, I'm the district attorney. I have the means to try and help you find your mother. Please, let me use them.
All right.
Good. Now then, the first thing you have to do is get a lot of rest. Obviously, it's going to take some time for you to get over this. For heaven's sakes, don't worry about LTA. Josh can take care of that. And Alan, Mike, and I will do everything we can to help you get through this.
Thank you.
One more piece of advice. Don't take too long to step back into the world. You do have a future.
I know I do. It's just that right now all I can think about is Mark. He had such a wasted life. And then when everything was going to turn around for him, there just wasn't any time left. I know you don't want to hear this. I know you think of him as being evil and destructive, but he wasn't. Not really.
Amanda, at the end, and because of you, Mark was changing. And I know for a fact that, well, Mark loved you.
Thanks, Ross. Thanks for trying to understand.
Well, it certainly didn't take you long to find someone else, did it?
Ed, how is our professor doing?
He's sleeping now. I gave him some medication, and he was resting comfortably when we left the hospital.
Of course, I knew he wasn't feeling well toward the end of the evening. Well, he was making a valiant effort, but I could tell he was in pain.
Yeah, I think we all knew that. But I'm just so glad that he got out of the hospital for tonight. At least he had that.
I know it meant a great deal to him. And thank you, Ed.
Please, can we cut all the crepe hanging? I mean, he's tired. He's been in the hospital for a long time. It's been weeks since he's been out of bed.
That's right, Philip. He's tired, but I think this evening did him a world of good.
You don't think it was too much for him, do you, Ed?
No. No, I think it was just what he needed. I'll tell you, I'm glad you scheduled it when you did. Because in a few more days, I don't think he's going to be strong enough to leave the hospital at all.
Rick? Would you let Grandma handle this?
I'm sorry. I thought I had it knocked.
No one ever does, dear.
It's just not fair. But I'm gonna miss him.
I know. It's all right, sweetheart.
I've been calling and calling. Have you decided not to answer your phone anymore?
Morgan, this has been a difficult day for your sister. Mark's funeral was this afternoon.
Well, you'll have to excuse me if I don't get all choked up about that.
Morgan!
It's also been a very rough day for my mother. Today she gave birth to a child. A child of a man who deserted her.
The baby's born?
Yes, and it's a boy, in case you're interested.
Well, how is the baby? How's Mother?
The baby is fine, but Mother wants to see you. Why, I can't imagine, but she does want to see you.
This has been the award-winning Guiding Light. Provided by Lily Rubin Salon, South Southwest, and Barney's. Jewelry by Stephen Dweck.
James.